feeling super tough. Where did that come from?
I'll crush you like a bug.
There we go. Come at me, bro. Come at me, bro. Come at me, bro.
I'm with the blood you got.
Oh, I have no salts. I have no salts.
Keep him down!
I'll tear your head off!
Aim!
Don't let him aim. Okay, we're at the other. Oh, there's still one more. There's still one more. There we go. Okay. We're getting closer to Monument Island, which means that we are getting closer to Elizabeth! Yay! Uh-oh.
We're sorry to say that Monument Island is off limits. You've got to go. Workmen should proceed to the island by means of the skyline.
Skylines, huh? Those things them coppers came riding in on back by the lottery.
I love the skylines. They're so good!
Whoa!
Surrender!
That was short-lived.
There is menace. There is threat.
I think the skylines is just one of the things about the gameplay in this game that just make it super special. Am I going the right way, though? Yes. Ooh, box phone.
And the Lord saw the wickedness of man was great, and he repented he had made man on the earth. Rain. 40 days and 40 nights of the stuff, and he left not a thing that walked alive.
Talking about
You see, my friend,
blood.
even God is entitled to a do-over. And what is Columbia if not another ark? For another
And
time.
Comstock, let's be honest, he really does see himself as a god. He hides behind this religion bullshit because it gives him a way to manipulate people. But
You know what kind of swells live here?
he really does worship himself.
What this guy did? What do you expect from an animal? Fitzroy's got them all trained like dogs. They go for the throat.
Okay. There's another one. Where'd the other one go?
Give yourself up!
The other one go? There you are. There you are.
There's another skyline up above. Somehow get some elevation, I could probably reach it.
Elevation. Okay. Skyhook? 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 There we go. Another one right there. Let's get on that one. And let's go. Ah! Let's check this out. Check this place out. Oh! Crap. Where? That had to hurt. That had to hurt. Get up here. Get up here. Ooh, there she is. Lady Columbia.
Stand down!
Look at all them. They're drinking the Kool-Aid. They're drinking the Kool-Aid. Look at this. Not doing anything. That's the power of cults, my friends. Drinking the mother frackin' Kool-Aid. Get up! Get up, you scoundrels! He doesn't give a shit about you all, just so you know.
I know why you've come, false shepherd. I see every sin that blackens your soul.
What I said in the first episode, the last episode?
The Pinkertons, the drinking, the gambling, and of course, Anna. And now, to repay a debt, you've come from my land. But not all debts can be repaid, Booker.
You don't know me, pal.
Prophecy is my business, Mr. DeWitt. As blood is yours. Do you know why these men will die for me? Because I have seen their future in the glory, and hence they are content. What brought you to Columbia, Booker? Bring us the girl and wipe away the debt? This will end in blood, DeWitt. Then again, it always does with you, doesn't it? It always ends in blood.
Jesus.
I'm not saying anything yet. I have a lot to say about what happened. What just happened. A lot.
Need to head to the roof.
But just wait till
Get
my
skyline
analysis
to
portion.
Monument Island.
Oh, there's so much in what he just said. And I hear it every time I hear this. There's so much more meaning that I get from what he just said there. Every time I play it, I find new meaning. Okay, let's go up. And that is why this game is a work of art. Look at them.
You've come to lead my lamb astray, but thy crook is bent and thy path is twisted. Go back to the Sodom from which you came.
And you know what? I hate Comstock even more playing this the 5th time. Just look at that. It's so pathetic. You know, you'd hope that you wouldn't be that part of that crowd if you were there. But
Go back.
being isolated is very powerful.
Holy shit.
When everyone around you believes something, it's very hard to go against the grain. Where's that coming from? Okay.
Gotta find the controls to take this thing to Monument Island.
I guess this is the next room? Yeah, it's the next room. Let's go into the next room. Talk about drinking the Kool-Aid. This lady. What? If that's not worship, I don't know what is.
It's okay. I'm not gonna hurt you.
He reminds me of that man that, created that city, Jonestown. I'm gonna steal your offerings.
And everything will be fine.
Sit down, just everything will be fine. Okay, can I talk to you? No? Okay, I guess I can't.
Okay. I'm sure I can get this thing going.
The Lord forgives everything,
Ugh,
but I'm just a prophet,
you're so full of yourself.
so I don't have to. Amen.
Die! Have fun dying with your stupid cult. Good job. Good job. The first couple times I did this, I didn't see that skyline there.
Holy shit.
Whoa, man.
That was close.
Here's Monument Island. We're getting close. We're getting close, you guys. Oh, I'm so excited to visit Elizabeth again. I have missed her. It feels like meeting up with an old friend, you know?
Monument Island.
So, I think I'm really passionate about brainwashing just
Why they got her
because...
locked up in this place.
I guess I'm kind of a victim of it. I mean, I think the organization that I was involved with, I don't want to say it was the cult, but it was pretty damn close. It's not like they physically harmed me in any way, but in the place I was at, you didn't really have any contact with the outside world, so I kind of know what it's like to be very isolated. And it was only for a couple months, but yeah.
I guess even in a restricted area, these crackers need someone to clean the floors. Those politicians and scientists don't bother about what they say around me because I'm some half-leaded colored boy. But I can tell they scared out of their wits by that thing they got locked upstairs. Yes, sir.
What's
they got
this?
a dog about to tell, and they don't know whether to hang on or run.
Okay. Vox Populi Crime Board. Huh. Not really related to this, but here we get to see just some of the experiments that they did on her. They were watching her entire life. And just keeping her away from the world. Okay. So here is her at age 4.
These do.
She changed the color of a teddy bear. She brought in a teddy bear from another world. At age 11, she changed her poetry book. At age 13, she went through her first period, and I guess they're harnessing her powers to change those things. Actually, the imagery of blood is used frequently when talking about female characters in novels, and them transferring from like youth to adulthood, and it actually plays a big part in her transformation. And her loss of innocence, but we will get to that part. This is really fucked up. Like, this is her changing. This is her taking a bath. Who the fuck took these photos? Did Comstock take these photos? He has this weird, like, pedophilic... I mean, that's pretty fucked up. I mean, if you think about it, it's the way that they had her locked up was very predatory. I mean, I don't know if Comstock took those photos himself, but his mind is pretty fucked up if he wants to just watch his daughter go about her life and not really, you know, let her live like a normal person. I don't know. Pretty fucked up. Now, this is her trying to escape. She looks very young there. She looks like a little sister there. Is there a little secret area there? No, there isn't. Okay. Columbia Science. What's in here? There's her singing Everyone Wants to Rule the World by Tears for Fears. That song is actually about the Cold War, I think. Oh, wow, I just noticed that.
is one thing to imagine one's future, and another to see it. I have seen the seeds of fire that will prepare the Sodom below for the coming of the Lord. But Elizabeth shall sow those seeds, not I. I will fall before the job is done. But she shall take up my mantle. The Lord is calling me home. I feel his love in every tumor, because they are the train
He's dying of
which takes
cancer
me to his station.
because of these experiments.
And I go with joy, knowing that Elizabeth will take my earthly place. But the false shepherd is coming to lead my lamb astray. I will not board that train until she is safe from his deceptions.
Okay. This is when I see her the first time. Oh no, this is just her room. This is just so creepy. I mean, think about this. This is so fucking creepy. She is like a young, you know, young girl. It's just, it's creepy.
That's where we need to go.
Elizabeth, I missed you. Look at that. Total Disney princess right there. Oh, she has that one dress that was in the shop. Remember the one that I said was cute? She has it. Dining room. Like, I don't see any of the lab people here. Okay. Oh, look at all her childhood pictures of Songbird.
Whoa!
Look at that. Revenge to the Jedi. The Revenge of the Jedi came out. Actually, before they changed the name
To do with the job at hand.
of that Star Wars movie. Yeah. She tried to open a tear there, but she couldn't because of the siphon. Siphon's restricting her from going to Paris. Like she wants to.
This job's getting worse all the time.
Let's play the audio log.
What makes the girl different? I suspect it has less to do with what she is, and rather more with what she is not. A small part of her remains from where she came.
Her pinky.
It would seem the universe does not like its peas mixed with its porridge.
Yeah, I had that explained to me after my analysis, my first Elizabeth analysis. It's her pinky that makes her special. That gives her her abilities. There she is. Let's go. See if we can go in there. Okay.
Holy shit. Alright. I can do this.
We're there, right? Oh yeah, we're here. Hello.
Hello.
Did you happen to see me?
Hey! Knock it off! Stop it! Will you stop it?
Not here to hurt you.
Who are you?
My name is DeWitt. I'm a friend. I come to get you out of
Get
here.
away! Are you real?
I'm real enough.
He's coming. You've got to go.
No, I have to rescue.
You don't want to be here when he gets here. Just a minute,
I have
I'm
to
getting
rescue
dressed.
the damsel.
Get you out of here.
There's no way out. Trust me, I've looked. Stop it. You're too impatient. That's enough.
What about this?
What about it?
This is the way out, isn't it?
What are you... Give it to me.
How did he get that? I'm guessing Lutess. Oh yeah, Lutess gave it to him. That's why.
It's a way
Let's go,
out.
let's go, let's go, let's go. It's bail. It's bail. Haul ass. It's time to haul ass. Come on, come on. Come on. Run.
It's his job to keep me locked up in here.
We'll see about that.
Ah!
Who are you? Why did you come here?
I was about to make a joke, but then I was like, nope, I'm gonna stop myself. Stop myself from spoilers.
This way, come on!
Ah, run! Ah, no! Ah!
Hurry!
God. Go away, go away, go away!
Call the elevator!
What?
The hell is... Press the button!
It's zombie chicken! Damn you, zombie demon spawn!
Alice, they were watching
Yep.
me all this time. Why?
Where'd you think you were?
Why did they put me in here? What
You just
am
thought you were
I?
surrounded by mirrors your whole
What
life?
am I?
You're the girl who's getting out of this
You're the
tower.
special. You're the special. Ah! Go away! I'm not afraid of you. I'm not afraid of you. Ha! Did you see that? I totally did that. Ah! Jump.
This way.
God, I missed. I fucking missed.
He's tearing the building apart.
Be careful, Elizabeth.
Oh, man. Intense music. Shaky cam.
Hurry!
Dramatic plot device. I can't concentrate when there's dramatic plot devices.
Out of the way, let me try.
Let the man handle this, okay?
Which way?
Because fuck it. I mean, a bird's running after us, so up is the best way to go. Go away! Damn zombie chickens. I'm going to make a turkey dinner out of you. Yes! Goosebumps! Fuck yes! How can you play this part and not get goosebumps? Oh my god! Oh, there's your tower. Oh shit. Ah! Go away, evil turkey. No! Okay, so it is time for the analysis portion of this Let's Play. So I was asked by Rob Matthew, a longtime subscriber of mine, to talk about religion in, one of these episodes. So I thought that was a really great idea because I went to Bible college. I went there for about a year and ended up leaving because I didn't really believe everything anymore, and I also wanted to come out of the closet, and my Bible college believed that being gay is a sin, and I don't believe that, so I wanted to leave. This doesn't come from a place of bitterness or anything. I just want to interpret the words of Comstock, and I want to hopefully use my background to do that. So Comstock introduces himself in this game as a prophet, as someone who has a vision of the future, and that Columbia represents this vision of the future. I'm going to explain this prophecy because this prophecy is rooted in Revelation. He takes verses from Revelation and kind of interprets them for his own reasons. It allows him to motivate the people to believe that that their city has a spiritual purpose, and it's quite brilliant that he uses the language of Revelation from the Bible to get this point across, because this is language that his audience understands. Now, you may be listening to this and you may have never attended a church service before, or you may be a Christian and you haven't even read Revelation. A lot of Christians don't really, have much of an opinion about Revelation. It's a very confusing book, and a lot of Christians kind of debate about Revelation. I'm going to use my interpretation of Revelation because I studied the Revelation hardcore in Bible college. I've read Revelation so many times. I have that book pouring out of my ears. So, so my interpretation may be different from yours if you come from a different background, but I think that this interpretation definitely goes hand in hand with Comstock's interpretation. So Revelation is the final book of the Bible. It was written by John, who also wrote the Gospel of John. John sees this vision of Jesus. He calls Jesus the Lamb in this book. And in this vision, he sees the future of the future kingdom that Jesus is going to establish. And what he sees is that Jesus basically destroys the earth that we're living on right now. I mean, there are several trials. They're grouped into 3 different groups. There are the 7 bowl trials, which are the last ones actually, the 7 seal trials, and the 7 trumpet trials. I totally said those out of order, but that's not really relevant. Basically, there are hardcore violent trials that the earth goes through right before Jesus comes back and brings a new kingdom with him. And in this kingdom, the new believers, the believers in Christ, will live and inhabit this kingdom and have eternal life. So, is this starting to sound familiar? Piece this together. This kingdom sounds so much like Columbia. And that is because Comstock uses images of Revelation and relates them to Columbia. The first image that we are presented with is the New Eden. Now, Eden was this garden that God created in Genesis. It was the first place that human beings inhabited. It was Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden, and they had this relationship with God there. They had no sin. They dwelled around with God in this paradise. And because they sinned, they lost that paradise. In Revelation, it says that now I saw a new heaven and a new earth. For the first heaven and for the first earth had passed away. Also there was no more sea. Then I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down out of heaven from God, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. So when Comstock explains that there's this new Eden that's coming to the earth, he is saying that this new Eden is Columbia, and that Columbia is going to approach the ground. The most important detail is that there's this city that is going to come down to earth, and Columbia is going to be that city that comes down and, restores the earth. So, just to define another term that Comstock uses a lot. See, Sodom was a city that God destroyed in the Old Testament. When a Christian calls something Sodom, when they call a country or a place Sodom, that means that that place represents ungodliness. So, that's what Sodom below means. If you go further on, we'll learn more about this prophecy, and we'll learn that he believes that, well, he knows because he's seen through tears this actually happening in the future. He sees someone that he calls the Lamb sowing the Sodom below with seeds of fire. Now look back at Revelation. The Lamb is Jesus. In Revelation 5:6 it says, "And I looked, and behold, in the midst of the throne and of the 4 living creatures, and in the midst of the elders, stood a lamb as though it had been slain." So of course it's referring to Jesus, and I'm going to get more into that lamb imagery later. Elizabeth is the lamb. When Comstock talks about the lamb that will sow these seeds, he's referring to Elizabeth. So Elizabeth takes on this role of the future king of this kingdom, or the future queen of this kingdom, and she is going to establish this kingdom by killing a bunch of people, by burning a city up, in the same way that the child of God is going to establish a new city by first baptizing the world in fire.
I have seen the seeds of fire that will prepare the Sodom below for the coming of the Lord. But Elizabeth shall sow those seeds, not I.
And then his city will come down from the sky. So you see what's happening? Comstock sees all these things through a tear, and because he is a deeply religious person, he interprets these things religiously. He looks at Revelation, and he starts to connect Revelation with the things that have happened in his life. And, of course, conveniently, these connections give him more power. Of course, conveniently, these connections make him seem more important. Now, this is why Comstock is a terrifying and powerful leader. Religion is regarded by the common people as true, by the wise as false, and by rulers as useful. The really terrifying thing, this is a truth that we know. Spirituality, I do not criticize you for having that whatsoever, but I think even the most religious people that are truly devout to their beliefs, people that love their God, know that people that crave authority have used religion and continue to use religion to do horrendous things because they know that when you say God tells you to do something, people will follow you. That is why Comstock soldiers are willing to lay their life down for him, because he orchestrated this idea, this prophecy. He used knowledge that he knew of the future to orchestrate this prophecy so that people would have this undying devotion to him. Because the reason why that woman committed suicide, the reason why men would lay their lives down and I could shoot one of their buddies in the head and they wouldn't even stop praying, is because they think that when they die, that God will reward them for being loyal to this prophet. That is terrifying, because people want immortality more than they crave for this life. If you believe in immortality, you will do anything to achieve it. I know this because I was there. I was in a world similar to Colombia, where I accepted horrible things as truth because I thought that those horrible things would get me into heaven, because I thought I was doing what was right. Thank God I left. And that relates to another theme that was discussed in this episode, which is self-hatred. Your worst enemy is yourself. The reason why I looked at those members of Colombia with total disgust is because they were me. And the reason why Comstock and Booker hate each other is because they both represent the parts of each other that they can't get rid of and that they just hate. Comstock cannot get rid of his violent side, and Booker cannot get rid of the horrible things that he's done in the past.
I know why you've come, false shepherd. I see every sin that blackens your soul.
He can't forget those things that Comstock celebrates about himself, because you are your own worst enemy. And that's another reason why the fights, the arguments that Comstock and Booker have in this part of the game are so powerful, because it's something that you will relate to, even if your struggle is somehow different than mine. Thanks for listening. I should go.